Welcome to the Quick Flicks channel. I'm Alexander. Here for you short movie retellings from your best friend. Let's get started. Oh, dude. You won't believe the wild ride Ethan's on in this town called Wayward Pines. So picture this. Our man Ethan, this Secret Service agent from Seattle, wakes up in the middle of a freaking forest after a car crash, looking like he went 10 rounds with a grizzly bear. Bruised and bewildered, he stumbles his way through this pine forest and bam! He's in Wayward Pines, Idaho, a seemingly tranquil town straight out of a storybook. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Ethan, our confused hero, ends up collapsing in a diner, and the waitress spills the beans about his whereabouts. Turns out, he's in Wayward Pines. Shocking, right? In the hospital, this nurse, Pam, tends to him, claiming he's got minor injuries from the crash. But Ethan, being the determined agent he is, starts digging. He's desperate to find his partner, Stallings, who was with him during the accident, only to discover the poor guy met a tragic end. Now, the plot thickens. Ethan's itching to get his hands on his belongings at the police station. But there's a catch. Daytime is a no-go. So, what does our hero do? He heads to a bar, of course. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Ethan's boss Adam spills the beans to his wife Teresa about the accident, but guess what? They haven't found Ethan's body yet. At the bar, things get even crazier. Ethan, desperate to reach his family, tries to snag a phone from this waitress named Beverly. But, oh boy, it's not that simple. Bev empathizes with his struggle, gives him her address for backup, and in the ultimate plot twist, he spills the beans about his identity and drops the bomb that Kate, his lover, is also one of his fellow agents. Talk about a dramatic entrance to Wayward Pines, right? And that's just the beginning. Hold on to your popcorn, buddy, cause things in Wayward Pines just cranked up a notch. So, remember Beverly, the waitress? Ethan, being the detective he is, finds a note from her about the mysterious absence of crickets in town. Curious, right? On his way to the motel, he hears cricket sounds, but guess what? It's all fake. Coming from hidden speakers. Talk about a mind-bending reality check. Next morning, our man Ethan, now broke and frustrated, heads to Beverly's address only to find an abandoned cabin with the rotting corpse of Evans, one of his fellow agents. Talk about a messed up welcome to Wayward Pines. Back at the police station, he meets Sheriff Arnold, who's as helpful as a screen door on a submarine. Denies having Ethan's stuff and just brushes off the whole dead body situation. Frustrated and phoneless, Ethan heads back to the bar, only to discover a new operator and Beverly's mysterious disappearance. They argue, and bam! Ethan gets knocked out. Surprise, surprise. He's back in the hospital, but this time, he's tied down. Dr. Jenkins, the shrink, insists on surgery, claiming there's a blood clot. Classic shady hospital business, right? Injected with a sedative, he's left in the operating room. But plot twist, Beverly, the waitress, rescues him, and together they knock out Pam, the nurse, and make a daring escape. They find refuge in a creepy wooden house, where Beverly spills the beans about her own Wayward Pines adventure. Turns out, she arrived in 1999 searching for an escape, and for a year, her and Evans tried to break free until Evans met his demise. But wait, it gets crazier. Ethan spills the beans that it's actually 2014. Mind blown. But here's the kicker. Ethan wakes up, and Beverly's gone. Meanwhile, back in Seattle, investigators are scratching their heads because there's no evidence of Ethan being in that car accident. And in Wayward Pines, Ethan spots Kate, the missing agent, at a party. But hold your horses. She's older than he remembers. Following her, Ethan discovers she's been living in Wayward Pines for 12 years. Talk about a time warp. Kate denies knowing him and spills the beans about the town's Big Brother-level surveillance. You're not in Kansas anymore, my friend. Welcome to Wayward Pines. Get ready for the plot thickening like grandma's gravy. So Ethan, fueled by the fire of escape, steals a parked car, but hold on to your horses. The town has other plans. Every time he tries to bail, bam! He's back in Wayward Pines, and to make things even more bizarre, there's this massive electrified wall playing gatekeeper, making sure Ethan ain't going anywhere. Sheriff Arnold, the town's enforcer, catches him for the car theft, and basically laughs off Ethan's Secret Service agent claims. Classic Wayward Pines hospitality, right? Undeterred, our man Ethan heads back to the cabin where he found Evans's body, only to discover a mysterious notebook in his friend's boot. But guess what? Arnold, armed and dangerous, interrupts the snooping party, claiming a forensic team is on the way. Talk about bad timing. Back at the hotel, things take an unexpected turn. Beverly, the waitress, shows up out of the blue. She's got a secret plan and hands Ethan some cash, dropping hints about Evans's mysterious notebook. Money in hand, Ethan pulls a sneaky move at a cafe, trying to call the Secret Service. But hold up. The operator is an imposter. Ethan smells something fishy when the cashier practically snatches the banknote from his hand. Next, Ethan tries to play detective with Kate, the elusive co-agent at the toy store. But Kate's playing by Wayward Pines rules, keeping her lips sealed about the past. And just when you thought things couldn't get weirder, Ethan swings by Evans's place, only for Evans's wife to deny knowing him and claim her husband offed himself. Talk about a plot twist. Desperate for answers, Ethan confronts Arnold, who dishes out the classic stay at the hotel advice. Oh, and guess what? Evans's body is chilling in the morgue. Ethan, determined as ever, snags the notebook from Evans's clothes. But brace yourself. In a mind-boggling moment, Ethan spots his wife and son being wheeled into the hospital. But, poof, they vanish into thin air. Welcome to the Twilight Zone, my friend. Wayward Pines, where nothing is as it seems. Hold on to your seats, my movie buff buddy, because things are spiraling out of control for our man Ethan in Wayward Pines. Dr. Jenkins, the town's resident surgeon, and probably more, insists that Ethan's condition is on a nosedive and he needs surgery pronto. Back in Seattle, Teresa is on the edge of her seat, worrying where Ethan might be. Even their son Ben is starting to suspect that Ethan might have pulled a disappearing act with Cade. When Teresa reaches out to Adam for answers, he throws the confidential card, making the whole situation even murkier. Now, back in the Twilight Zone, Wayward Pines, Ethan is on a one-man mission to uncover the town's secrets. He meets up with Beverly in the pine forest, and brace yourself for this bombshell. Turns out there's a tracking device snugly sitting inside Ethan. Together, they perform some impromptu surgery at a stone house to yank that tracking chip out. Oh, and Beverly spills the beans that Sheriff Arnold did a public execution on poor Evans as a little town-wide warning. Talk about hospitality. Our man Ethan isn't done yet. He crosses paths with Kate again, and, against his better judgment, accepts a dinner invitation at her place, with Beverly in tow. Expecting the town's nosy surveillance, he leaves the tracking chip chilling on his hotel bed. Smart move, right? Armed with a map from Evans's stash, Ethan goes on a quest to find a mysterious package hidden in the pine forest. But wait for it. Arnold takes a potshot at Kate's house while Beverly nervously chews on her dinner. In a classic spy movie move, Ethan goes full detective in the bathroom, searching for hidden surveillance gadgets. Things get even more intense when Beverly accidentally spills the beans about her daughter. A strict no-no in Wayward Pines. Phones start ringing all over town, signaling their cover's blown. Ethan and Beverly make a run for it, leaving the now-aware crowd in the dust. But the drama doesn't stop there. In the creepy cemetery, Ethan tells Beverly to grab the agent's package while he becomes the town's distraction. But guess what? Beverly gets nabbed by the nosy town folks. The plot thickens. Hold on to your popcorn, because Wayward Pines just cranked the drama up to 11. In a spine-chilling turn of events, Beverly is dragged onto a stage in front of an eager crowd, and Sheriff Arnold is like the town's sadistic game show host. He eggs the crowd on to punish Beverly, and things take a dark turn when she's brutally executed right before Ethan's eyes. Talk about a shocker. Meanwhile, Teresa and Ben are on their own mission to find Ethan. They hit up the Secret Service field headquarters in Boise, Idaho, and Teresa sniffs out a lead to Wayward Pines. But, Sheriff Pope throws a wrench in their plans, sabotaging their car under the guise of fixing an oil leak. Back in Wayward Pines, Ethan stumbles upon a truck loaded with supplies, hinting at a connection to the outside world. Ever the detective, he hides in the truck's cargo hold and discovers a warehouse with workers and, wait for it, a familiar car. It's Teresa's. Inside, he finds personal items belonging to Teresa and Ben. Now, Ethan is a mix of desperate and confused about his family's safety and whereabouts. As he explores the warehouse, Sheriff Arnold makes a grand entrance, attacking Ethan with a captive and sending him into dreamland. When Ethan wakes up, he's in a hospital bed, and Nurse Pam drops the bomb. Teresa and Ben have been brought to Wayward Pines and are chilling in Beverly's old house. Talk about a family reunion, right? Ethan, still in disbelief, pays his fam a visit, feeling a mix of relief and wariness about their safety in this seemingly idyllic town. He's all like, hey, don't talk to strangers, and definitely don't pick up the phone. Classic dad move, but Ethan is not buying the happiness story Sheriff Arnold is selling. He storms into the police station, demanding answers about why his family was brought to this eerie town. Arnold's vague answers don't cut it, and Ethan's fury is reaching boiling point. Things are getting juicier in Wayward Pines. Hold on tight because the mystery in Wayward Pines just hit a whole new level. As Ethan and Arnold engage in their heated exchange, a mysterious phone call throws a curveball, hinting that Arnold is just a puppet in a game controlled by an unknown mastermind. Cue the suspenseful music. Dr. Jenkins, ever the ominous figure, advises Ethan to give up on escape dreams, but our determined hero is having none of it. He's on a quest for answers. Ethan, seeking a covert meeting, rendezvous with Kate in the pine forest, thinking they're escaping Big Brother's watchful eyes. Little does he know Ben, the curious kid, tags along and spills the beans to Teresa. Kate spills the Wayward Pines tea, revealing she's been towing the town's line for survival for 12 long years. Drama alert. When Ethan rushes back home, expecting a warm family reunion, he finds an empty house with only Teresa's wedding ring left behind. Panic mode engaged. A frantic search ensues, leading him to an unsettling scene near the isolation wall, where Arnold is waving a gun around, threatening Ethan's family. Things take a dark turn as Ethan grapples with Arnold, and Ben plays superhero by hitting Arnold with a car. In his dying breath, Arnold drops a truth bomb, warning Ethan that the reality is way worse than he thinks. Creepy, right? With the key to the isolation wall, Ethan opens the gate, only to have a mysterious figure snatch Arnold's body with an eerie noise. Gate closed. Escape plan activated. Back home, the family is shook to their core. Ethan, the master planner, advises them to fake normalcy while they plot their escape. But, a mailman delivers a letter welcoming Ben to the Wayward Pine Academy, complete with a uniform. Time for some academy drama. Ethan, in need of firepower, heads to the police station, only to be met by the mayor, Brad, who dishes out ominous warnings and congratulates him on becoming the new sheriff. It's a cake and newspaper kind of celebration. Reluctantly, Ethan joins the charade. What's the deal with Wayward Pines, and who's pulling the strings? The plot thickens. Hold on to your hats because the plot in Wayward Pines is spiraling into a whole new level of intrigue. Ben, the new kid in Wayward Pine Academy, meets his teacher Megan, who doubles as the mayor's wife and a therapist. Talk about a 2-for-1 special. Ethan, our relentless investigator, stumbles upon hidden files that open a Pandora's box of secrets about the town's residents. It's detective time. Within the town, tensions are reaching a boiling point. The residents nab a guy named McCall, accusing him of spreading dangerous ideas. Nurse Pam, in true ominous fashion, suggests a public execution, and Ethan, now playing sheriff, isn't having it. The town office turns into an interrogation room, but a pesky phone call interrupts Ethan, leading to a reluctant agreement to execute McCall the next night. Yikes. As evening falls, Ben, the rebellious teenager, sneaks out with his friend Amy, showing signs of the younger generation's defiance. Ethan and Teresa, attempting to blend in, attend a dinner with the mayor and Megan, where the who's who of Wayward Pines is dining. The celebration for the new sheriff unfolds, and Pam seizes the moment to congratulate Ethan while emphasizing the importance of town rules. The pressure is on. Feeling the weight of his new role, Ethan makes a public commitment to rooting out the true evil in Wayward Pines. Post-dinner, he urges Teresa to head home while he covertly assists McCall's escape from the cell. But McCall has other plans, suggesting they head to the isolation wall. At a cliff near the wall, McCall contemplates its purpose, wondering if it's keeping residents in or something from the outside out. In a desperate bid for freedom, McCall embraces Ethan and then runs into the electrified wall, sacrificing himself. Meanwhile, Teresa receives a letter, offering her a job at Wayward Pines Realty Associates, McCall's previous workplace. The mystery deepens. Hold your breath, because things in Wayward Pines just took a hairpin turn into the bizarre. Ethan, determined to escape, packs weapons and scales the cliff. But oh boy, he soon realizes he's not alone. A mysterious figure watches him, and as night descends, a dark shadow attacks, leaving Ethan injured and bewildered. It seems the town has more secrets than he bargained for. Meanwhile, Ben finds his new school unnervingly perfect. and Teresa kicks off her job at the realty office, assisting a new resident named Wayne. Something seems off about Wayne, and Teresa, sensing a shared experience, discreetly probes about his past. Palm, the town enforcer, quickly intervenes, casting a shadow over their conversation. Later, Teresa takes Wayne on a house tour, seizing the opportunity to spill the beans about Wayward Pines' surveillance. Wayne reveals he woke up in a chamber surrounded by others in a similar predicament. What kind of town is this? In the realm of education, Ben and his classmates are summoned to a closed, all-white room for an orientation led by Megan, the teacher, and Mayor's wife. Brace yourself, because Megan unveils a jaw-dropping truth. Monstrous humanoid creatures, evolved from humans, known as Abies, are the town's greatest threat. These creatures, or Abies, roam in herds, and the students are handed ancient coins dated 2095, unveiling another mind-bending revelation. The current year is not 2014, but 4028. Hold on to your seats because they've been in hibernation chambers for over 2 millennia, all chosen by the mysterious program creator, David. And here's the kicker. David is always watching over them, but they'll never meet him. Mind officially blown. Hold on to your hats because Ethan is on a wild ride through the woods, feeling like he's under constant surveillance. Venturing into the wilderness, he pulls off some sneaky moves, using an animal carcass to throw off the scent and stealthily observing the Abies. As he treks through the forest, he stumbles upon the ruins of human civilization, a stark confirmation of teacher Megan's mind-blowing revelations. But wait, the plot thickens. Out of the blue, a helicopter appears, and guess who's in it? None other than Dr. Jenkins, or should we say David, the mastermind behind Wayward Pines. Buckle up because David spills the beans, urging Ethan to hightail it back to town. The twists just keep on coming. Conclusion: unraveling the complex tale of Wayward Pines. In this captivating journey through Wayward Pines, we've delved into a world shrouded in mystery, where every revelation leaves us with more questions than answers. From Ethan's arrival to the shocking truths about the town, the plot thickens at every turn. Like and subscribe. If the twists and turns of Wayward Pines kept you hooked, don't forget to show your support by hitting the like button and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement fuels our exploration of intriguing narratives. Question of the day. Now, let's engage in a thought-provoking discussion. What decisions would you make if you found yourself trapped in a town with a secret as mind-bending as Wayward Pines? Share your insights and opinions in the comments below. Sequel anticipation. The story doesn't end here. Stay tuned for the upcoming sequel, where the narrative promises to unravel more mysteries and take us deeper into the secrets of Wayward Pines. Keep your curiosity alive, and let's await the continuation of this enthralling tale.